Hello everyone, welcome to the Learn.Build cohort. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community, and this exclusive call is for the cloud computing domain that we are doing. This is the third day of the Learn.Build cohort, and we have our expert mentor here with us, Miss Bhagavi ma'am, who will be teaching you today the most. These two sessions will be the most important session for you all. So make sure you watch it and start building the product if you haven't yet, because I just observed there are some folks who haven't started building the project yet, or maybe haven't got the power platform access yet. So I would urge you to please start now and start building so that you can cope up, you can make your project in upcoming 2 or 3 days, right? You have got enough time to build your projects. There are roughly 9 days available, 8 to 9 days here in the month. So just start making the project and you are already done. So not wasting much more time, I'll quickly pass on the stage to Bhagavi ma'am. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Lakshit. With that, let me get started for today. And like as we did for last week, I don't have any PPT kind of stuff over here because we already had covered it. And with this, we are just going to brush up what we saw in the previous session, and we would be seeing what we are about to do for this session and how are we going to end up with the project. So, for that, like what we with just brushing up whatever we had discussed for now, we had discussed about the copilot, like the uses of copilot, as well as what does the how do we how do we create an account inside the power apps, and how do you log in. And post that, we also saw about the various ways that are there available inside the insert, add data, and how do you add a new screen. And we saw all these things, and I hope you all might have finished the assignment that whatever we had saw in the last session. And if you still have doubts, reach me out in the WhatsApp group, and I would be happy to help you with that. With that, let us continue with the session for today. Yeah, this would be the UI screen that what we had saw might have been developed for now. And what you have to do is that you should ensure that you are adding the screen to the Power Automate. Like Power Automate is like make.powerautomate.com is the site, where this is the second step that what we need to do for here. What we are about to do here is that once we get logged in inside the Power Automate, we would be able to like ensure that it is also under the same environment that you had created on for the Power Apps. And once that is there, what you can do here is that you can go here and um, uh, create. You will be having like when a new question is submitted, posted to team, something like that. So just like the prompts that are being here, ensure that you are writing in a prompt which is very similar to these ones. And you should write a prompt saying that if we had discussed something, like it should send a mail, and that needs to be approved, right? So email attachment to be sent and approved will be the step over here. Use Power Automate connectors to establish between the Power Automate and Power Hubs. So you can go ahead and get those things, but you will not be able to get that. Instead, if you don't put in the correct prompt here, then it means that you will not be able to get the flow being created for you. For which, what you have to do is that you have to just select it and write something like this: create an approval for invoices. automate up invoice approvals. So do something like this, and once you are done with that, give on submit, and it starts generating a prompt for you. And once the form is being done, I mean, once all the steps and triggers are being done, you would be able to create the flow as the next step. So now what you have to do is that you will be automatically get connected with all the datas that are being needed, like email or SharePoint or whatever the thing that you need to get connected, it would get you automatically connected. So that's the beauty of Copilot, where it automatically gets you connected with various data. And the thing is that now what you have to do here is you have to click on each thing and add a site address as well as the site name, and ensure that you are logging in. If you are using a SharePoint, then you have to log in inside the SharePoint, and you have to put around 5 invoices that can be generated by yourself. That can be just an example of invoice that you generate, that needs to be put it under the SharePoint, and that SharePoint address has to be listed here, and the name has to be listed in this list name. And then what you have to do is, once you are done with all these things, um, just check if these are true, like the split should be on, and if you and the limit should be off, and ensure all these things. And then what happens is that you should give all those things, and once you are done, you will have the option to save. I have not given anything over here, so it is not prompting me to save. But if you log in inside the SharePoint, to log in inside the SharePoint, it's something like when you type in SharePoint login, it would take you to the SharePoint. Like, just a second, go to the office.com, and from there you can access all the contents that are available. Click on apps, search for SharePoint, and open the SharePoint link. And that SharePoint has to have, I mean, that has to be logged in with the ID of whatever that you had created on. Like, if you are working on a tenant, which is like at Microsoft.com, then this SharePoint also needs to be logged in uh, at that tenant. If not, it would not work. So what you have to do here is you have to create a site for yourself, which is team site. And once you are done with that, you have to give a name and site description and click on next. Post that, you will be able to create the site for yourself. And once you are done with that, you can upload the files and everything inside it. And you can get the site name as well. The name that you give here has to be given here, and which would be acting as the site address. And you can come here and uh, give it as the site address, and you would be able to work after that. So these are the things that needs to be done. And post that, you have to get your approval and everything to be connected, right? So what you have to do is decide, like, there are different kind of approval types. Like approve reject is something like, if you are trying to approve or reject, like whatever the thing that needs to be, that, like, if you have multiple persons been in the approve or reject, then they would be giving as approve or reject. And if the first one responds it, then that's it. it's done. And second, approve or reject is everyone must approve, where if you have multiple persons being added into the list and everybody has to approve, unless and until it will not go through. Custom response is something like when this particular email receives, or when this particular person logs in, and when you are creating some kind of rules for yourself, then the custom response has been used. Like, it would wait for one response. And there are options inside it as well. You can add multiple response for it, and the multiple response can be acted as a multiple, like, there can be multiple responses, and all the responses has to be weighted. So that comes under the fourth category. And when you want to add in a custom value as well, you can go ahead and add. And for that as well, you will be able to add the value like invoice or some kind of email that you receive. Then you can go ahead and give here. That's the approval type and everything. And you have to do all those things that is been there. And then you have to ensure that it has been set correctly. And once that is done, it's something like the true or false situation been here. And if it's a true kind of situation, then it would send mail. And depending on the, if it's a true, what is the subject that it has to send has to be specified. And if it's a false, you have to specify the subject again, and the body also has to be specified, and you have to give the two and everything being listed over there as you normally do. So that's all thing that what you have to get it updated. And just check the flow whether it is working fine or not. So this is the second type of assignment that we need to work on. And we also have something called as, this is the second project that we would be working on. I mean, second assignment that we would be working on. And we also have an option like, just 1 minute, in voice. Okay. Since I don't have AI Builder being available for my account for now, and I have to get my subscription for it. Ensure that you are building ensure that it has been like, you are building an AI builder, like extract information from invoices. And this is something which is related to the previous one that what we had did, uh, to the uh, uh, to the automation that what we had developed right now. So ensure that you are coming to the AI models tab, and ensure that you are getting the AI builder. And once you had got it, use something like create custom model or pre-built model. And if it's a pre-built model, then you can go ahead and use it. Like, model is something like the flow that what we had created now, right? So you should save that flow, and you have to call from here if it's a pre-approved one. If it's a custom, create with custom, then it creates a new flow as such. Like, here what you can do is that you can define the items that whatever you need, uh, based on the documents that what you want. Like, if you just want amount due or invoice details or something of that sort, you would be adding that over here. And if you need some set of collection, like set of collection of documents is something like the documents that whatever the documents that what you had created and pasted under the SharePoint has to be pasted here. Instead, like that is the that is the flow of the regular step, where you will not be adding in any kind of AI related task over there. But here, you need not put it under the SharePoint. Rather, you would be putting it under the AI builder. The difference here is that the AI builder gets you all the type of the data that are there inside your invoice being generated for you, and it would be getting the data for the day data for yourself. So this is the thing that it would be doing for you. Like you should give on the click, and you can add n number of documents that you need over here, and the documents can be of these formats that it had specified on, like jpg and then png or pdf. So if you add an over there and click on the add resources, it prompts you to add from your local. And once you are done with that, the thing is that you can connect it from the SharePoint, or you can connect it from your device as such. If you had if you had followed the steps that what we had did earlier, like if you had created it inside the site name and everything, you can get it connected inside the inside here itself, and you can proceed with that. So these are some of the steps that what you have to do. It will not prompt you to the next step unless and until you don't add in the documents for here. So add all the documents, and it as a next step it would be prompting you to um, just let me add one or few documents and proceed with that. I am just adding in a sample document, and I'm not adding in uh, I'm not adding in a invoice over there. Please reach out to me if you have any doubts. I am repeating it again. Please make it serious. And this is one of the trending topics that we have. That what do we have in the current market as well? And it's one of the easiest way that what you can work on for some kind of project as well. So make sure that you are completing it, and ensure that you ask me doubts if you have any in the WhatsApp group. And for this to be added, you have to add a two minimum of 5 documents, unless it will not allow you to go to the next step. You can add in the same documents, it is not a problem at all, but that variation would not be coming in. It needs to be uploaded, and all those things has to be done. Yeah, it would prompt you saying already uploaded. Mm, I don't have sample documents in my hand. Okay. Okay. Once you are done with that, please reduce the size of your document. Okay. Uh, After changing the name, you can try adding it and it would be coming it. Okay. Once you are done with all these steps, you would get something like the next. Create few invoices by yourself through net or something. And once you are done with that, click on next and you would be able to tag on the documents, and then you would get the model summary as well. Um, I have a clear cut step on the way that what how do you create a model for invoice as a separate blog, and I would be sharing that as well, which would help you in the steps that what you can perform on. And once this is all done, you would get the name of this particular AI builder. And once you are done with that, you should come back to your flow and ensure that we haven't saved here, right? So the flow hasn't been available for now. So what you can do is you should save your file with a some name or something, and once that is done, you would get the flow being listed here. And once you get the flow, you have to click on it, and you will be connecting it. I have each and every step been covered it under that article itself. I would be sharing that document. So this is the fourth uh, assignment that what we have to do for today. Please do reach out to me in WhatsApp if you have some doubts. I would be posting that blog immediately after the session ends. Yeah, that's it for today. Catch you up, Paul, once we are done with this assignment. Lakshit, do you have anything to be added? Lakshit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you have anything to be added?
No, precisely no. I do not have anything to be added. So I just wanted to share that everyone needs to share the blog link. I will be sharing the Google form link in the comment section. All you need to do is, okay, my camera is off. All you need to do is share us with a blog link that you have written. That will work as a attendance for you all. And if there are some screenshot you could attach, it would be really helpful. So that's pretty much from the assignment perspective. And I'm also writing a blog because I have told you, right, I'm also building the this project alongside with you. So I'll be sharing my learnings and what are the key pain points where Bhagavi ma'am has focused. You can just maybe it will take, because I am busy with some couple of stuff, so maybe it will take time, maybe 2 3 days for me to write all these blogs and jot down. But you can take a reference and again you can build on your own. So that's pretty much from our side, ma'am. And yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
thank you everyone for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Lakshit. Thank you all.
Thank you.